will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
Dixie High Madrigal members singing the national anthem tonight here at Dixie High School. Let's take a look real quickly at our Camping World keys to the game. Devin, you already touched on them a little bit, talking about Baker and Robertson. Those two guys, don't need some help, don't they?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, you know, team sport, you all got to do your thing. And it's going to be an interesting chess match between the coaches, too. I'm still not sure exactly what Coach Sorensen's identity is with this team. I feel like in some games, Andy, they want to pound Joey Robertson in the post. And in other games, I feel like they want to free flow and really get up and down the court and, you know, play that wide open attack. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. You know, and the nice thing about what Coach Cuff's got going on, you can show up at a game and you don't know who's going to lead you in scoring. It could be Brody Henderson. It could be Tanner Cupp. It could be Carson Bottoма. I mean, we saw Keely Prince on Friday night against Hurricane have his best game. Yeah. He had a sick reverse and one opportunity down the stretch and had 7 points off the bench, and he showed some great upside as the season is progressing.
All right, let's take it. Well, one more key I wanted to add, and we appreciate Camping World of St. George, where your adventure starts this year.
And I could
Camping World of St. George. Let's see, 1500 Hilton Drive. Sorry.
Yes, yeah, there you go. One more specific key, rebounding, I think, is going to be utmost importance tonight, because Bryson Child's one of the best in the state, 9 a game. And then you've got Cox, who's one of the premier bigs in the region. And then you got great guard line for each team that can come down and rebound. And I think that's going to be a huge advantage, whoever wins the battle on the boards. Yeah, and the last one I was going to add was the battle of the bigs, because Derek Cox is a good defender. Doesn't score as much as Robertson, but he is a good defender. He's a lot thinner than Joey. You feel like Joey maybe can push him around a little bit. Joey brings a little beef with him. Yeah, absolutely. And again, if they can get him established, he's a good passer. You know, if he's trying to split double teams all night and go through contact, could be a rough night for him. But if he can get some kick-out open threes to fall and really make the Dixie Flyers try to guard him more one-on-one, which nobody has really tried to do consistently through the season so far, it could be a fun little chess match down inside with the battle of the bigs like you alluded to.
All right, our starting lineup brought to you by Sky Mountain Golf Course. Headed to the sky at the beautiful Sky Mountain, 635-7888 for a tee time. The best view in golf for your money, Sky Mountain Golf Course. And your Sky Mountain starters for Snow Canyon, Braden Baker, number 3. He's a senior shooting guard, has been known to go off. He has a couple of 30-point games in his young high school career. Also starting for the Warriors, number 10, Austin Staley. He's the point guard. He was a quarterback in football. Now he's the point guard in basketball. He wears number 10, and Austin Staley is a senior, 5'10" senior. Number 20 is Brooks Sampson. He is a 6-foot senior shooting guard. Also for the Warriors, Bryson Childs, as you mentioned, top rebounder in the state. He is a senior at 6'4" tall. And then finally Joey Robertson at 6'6" tall. I think he's a little tall. I think he's about 6'7" or 6'8". But Joey, a great scorer, averaging nearly 19 points per game for the Warriors. Starting for the Dixie Flyers, it's easy, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Derek Cox in the middle. The senior is 6 foot 8 inches tall. Peyton Wilgar wears number 1. He is also a senior at 6 foot 4. Number 3 is Carson Bodema. Bodema at 6'4". He is also a senior. Tanner Cuff, a junior, is 6 foot 5 inches tall, wears number 3. And then number 4 is Brody Henderson. Brody Henderson, kind of I like to call him a silent assassin because he doesn't get the headlines, but it seems like he's always hitting a big shot.
He had a big game against Hurricane. A lot of the stuff he did as well does not show up in the box score. He is an underrated defender out top, and he actually led them in scoring that night as well.
Yep.
So he's a guy that you've got to be ready for. He's going to give you everything he has. He only averages 4.7 points a game, but he gives you almost 3 rebounds and almost 2.5 assists a game. So he's kind of that floor general out there, very unselfish player.
And he had 13 a week ago in that Hurricane game. So yeah, this is a kid that can line it up when you need him to. I think he hit 3 threes in that game, and that's something they'll be looking for from him in this game. We again appreciate Roy's Pizza and Pasta, our pregame sponsor. Visit one of their 2 locations to enjoy delicious pizza and pasta in their warm, homey surroundings. Check them out online, royspizzaandpasta.com, or give them a call, 673-8222. We're ready for the center tip. It's going to be Cox jumping against not Robertson, but Baker to start this thing. And you would say, well, advantage Cox right now, right?
Yeah, Baker had to jump it up against the sophomore from Cedar City, and actually
Peterson,
won the tip, Dallin Peterson.
Well, here we go. Center up. Actually, pretty even jump. Ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it was touched by Braden Baker, and therefore it'll be Dixie High basketball. Right in front of the Dixie bench, triggering it will be Peyton Wilgar. Wilgar gets it into Henderson. Henderson takes his time. Now goes right side to Bodema. Bodema looks inside to Cox, doesn't give it to him. Now he needs some help. Goes out high to Cuff. Cuff has it tipped away, but gets it back. Now back over to Bodema on the angle right, into Cox. Cox backs his man down, turn around, lefty in the lane, can't get the roll. Rebound, though, stolen away by Wilgar, and throws it off the foot of Bryson Childs. Maybe could have been an over the back or no?
Well, very rarely do you see Childs give up that rebound, whether it was or not. No call came, and then the heads-up play to save it, and the Flyers will retain.
So Dixie ball, they get it into Cox. Cox to Cuff. Cuff being hounded by tenacious Braden Baker. And
he does have 2 steals a game this year.
Yeah.
He likes to gamble.
Coach told us in the pregame this is something that they need from him. Steal inside as they try to get it to Cox, and Robertson comes away with it. Try the lead pass, and it is kicked by Dixie. That'll be Peyton Wilgar with the kick.
Yeah, I think Austin Staley saw a bounce pass maybe to Sampson in the corner. They had numbers. Bodema had fallen down, but that kick stopped play.
Ball comes into Robertson. Thought about the 3. He does have 3 or 4 of those this season. This big fella can go outside at times. Now they'll reset it. Staley, top of the key to Bryson Childs. Left side now to Sampson. Sampson looking inside. Instead goes back to Baker. Baker dribbles into the lane in traffic. Dumps it off to Robertson. Robertson with a nice catch. Up off the glass. No good. Might have been bothered by Cox.
Strong rebound by Wilgar, too.
Henderson drives in all the way. Off the glass, won't go, but he will draw a personal foul, and free throws coming for Brody Henderson. Foul is on Austin Staley.
Well, it's interesting. You get that rebound on that carom, and then Henderson's going to go attack, and just a little bit of a bump as he did that little shoulder dip and almost got the and one, just a little too strong off the back window. It's interesting, that last set they had Tanner Cuff guarding the point guard, Austin Staley. Big size advantage defensively on that matchup for the Dixie Flyers, and Henderson was guarding Baker, where he's maybe given up a couple inches.
Free throw no good by Brody Henderson. He'll get one more to try to break the scoreless tie. We're 69 seconds into this basketball game. And the second one is good, and that has been an interesting thing for Dixie because they are good at times, really good at times at free throw shooting, and then every once in a while they throw up a stinker and hit less than 50%.
And that's what happened in the fourth quarter. Hurricane against Dixie last week, as they were about 50% in that fourth quarter, left a lot of points off the board and ended up losing to Dixie by 2.
1-0, 6.5 to go, first quarter. Staley up high to Bryson Childs. Childs drops it off to Baker. Baker into Robertson. Nice spin move. Shot blocked, though, by Cox. Long rebound saved. Nope. Stepping out of bounds on the save attempt was Bryson Childs. And the big long 3 by Baker goes in after the whistle.
It'll be interesting to see this wave of substitutions for Snow Canyon, especially because Parker High left the team. He's not with the team anymore, and so
that hurts their depth big time.
Cole Warner's a guy that's been getting a lot more minutes, and so far no subs yet. We're still early on, but it's going to be fun to watch that tonight.
Inside Bodeman, kicks to Cox from 15. The shot no good. One-handed rebound to Bryson Childs. Childs to Sampson and then to Staley, and Staley will walk it across now the timeline. Still 1-0. 2 minutes into the game. Staley drives in the lane, looking for help, goes in the corner to Robertson. He'll try a three-pointer. That's way too long, an air ball. Cuff on the rebound. Cuff double team, gets it away to Henderson. Henderson on the angle left, leaves it for Wilgar. Wilgar looking into Bodema. Bodema has it. Spin move on Sampson, and they're going to say he stepped on the line out of bounds to Snow Canyon.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy there. Good rebound by Cuff. Initially, he actually leads his Flyer team in rebounds. He averages just a little bit more per game, but Bodema just got that size 11 or 12 sneaker on the baseline as he's trying to wrap around reverse attempt.
I think if he's 12s, and if he'd have been 11s, it wouldn't have been out of bounds. So
close, wasn't it?
That inch there.
Kind of like Stephon Diggs down the sideline on Sunday, just keeping his feet in bounds.
There are some Saints fans that are still crying about that.
I was shocked, I'll admit it.
Baker to Childs. Childs will jack up a three-pointer. That's in and out and back in. A Team D auto three for Bryson Childs.
Well, he's known for his rebounding, over 9 a game, but he almost averages 8.5 a game. So he's a kid that can score it as well as rebound it. Now a foul.
That is his third three of the season is all. So he makes one about every 4 games. Foul on the inside, and Cox will go to the line, and that'll be 2 on starting point guard Austin Staley for Snow Canyon. That's big. You think about the battle of the bigs and how they may get in foul trouble, but it's actually Staley, the little guy, who's going to have to sit down. And checking in for Snow Canyon as the free throw is no good is Cole Warner. As you mentioned, Cole, the guy who has gotten a lot of playing time with the leaving of the team of Parker High. One more coming for big Derek Cox, and that's in and out, no good. Missed the pair, and Dixie 1 of 4 from the line to start things off. Something they worked very hard on, and I think won them that Hurricane game. Snow Canyon in the forecourt. They still lead it 3-1 here on the road. Childs skips it over to Sampson, inside to Robertson. Robertson backs his way down, through a little elbow, got away with it, and another rebound to Tanner Cuff. On the run to Cox. Cox in traffic. Layup. Good. Nice finger roll by the big fella.
Yeah, you love guys 6'7", 6'8". They can finish around the rim off the run. And now they'll jump in a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, kind of token. They're not trapping. Just kind of a nuisance maybe to disrupt the Snow Canyon offense. 3-3.
Got Barbin, who's checked in, and Bennett off the bench for Coach Cuff.
Baker drives all the way in, lefty layup, might have been partially blocked. Cox has it, gets it ahead to Wilgar. Wilgar inside to Cuff. Cuff gives it in the corner to Bennett. Bennett faked a 3, now he'll go back out to Cuff. Man-to-man defense for the Warriors, as Barbin will be running things from the top with Henderson out of the game. Barbin, one dribble, then throws it over to Wilgar. Wilgar looking into Cox, gets it to him now, about 8 feet out. Spin move and a no-look pass to Bennett, but Bennett didn't quite handle the pass. Now ball tipped and out of bounds.
Well, I thought early in that offensive possession, Tanner Cuff made a great fake, then went back to Bennett, but he just checked in, didn't want to have the hot trigger there from the corner, so he passed up what would have been a pretty good look at a 3.
Yep.
But the possession still continues. Bennett probably would have had a second look there, but you mentioned he kind of bobbled the ball.
Dixie goes a little big now. They've got Cox and Akili Prince in. Inside the bottom, and bottom is hammered by Baker. Baker didn't think he fouled him, and I think on the original block he didn't, but then he followed through on the arm. We'll see it on the replay probably here, but I think Baker just a little too hard on the block, and it followed through onto the arm. So free throws coming for Bodema. 3-3 our score, and Bodema makes it.
Yeah, you're going to see it right here, Baker.
Yes, he got him on the shoulder.
He did. He got a lot of ball with the hand, but then the elbow kind of came across the arm as he came down. You described it perfectly.
One more for Bodema. It's now 4-3. Second free throw good, 5-3. Dixie on top. Only points for Snow Canyon, a three-pointer by Bryson Childs. Here's that Dixie pressure again. As Baker beats it all, dribbles in the lane, gives it off to Robertson. He dropped it. Goes back to Childs. Childs in the lane. Kick in the corner by Sampson. 3 is no good, and they're going to call on the pass off a charging foul on Bryson Childs.
Yeah, I think it was Carson Bottoма that took the Gallion-Welker big hit there. There he is, steps over. Even though the ball was gone, still ran right through him, and that's the correct call. He was definitely set there for at least a second.
Back in the day, they used to, if you passed it, they wouldn't call a charge on you. It was a rare thing, but they're doing it now. Inside to Barbin. Barbin back out to Bennett. He'll try a 3, and that's too long. Rebound to Baker. Baker pushing hard. Drives in. Trying to get it off to Robertson. Ball's thrown away and out of bounds as Dixie knocks it away.
Well, good effort there on the save by Carter Abbott as he tried to baseball it out to where, away from his basket where only his teammate can maybe go and get it. But maybe Baker a little too unselfish here. That allowed Abbott to make a great defensive play on the tip and almost still.
He was actually trying to hit Cole Warner on the fast break when it got tipped away.
Spacing really wasn't there, though, was it?
Nope. Childs up high again, now to Warner. Top of the key to Sampson. Fakes the 3, drives in the lane. Gives it off to Robertson. Robertson, double team. Prince knocked it away, but it's saved by Sampson. Back out to Childs, and Snow Canyon will reset. Playing without their point guard now. Austin Stanley with 2 first-quarter fouls. Robertson fighting inside with big Carter Abbott. Abbott a little more stout than Cox. Not as tall, but he pretty thick kid. Inside they try to get it to Robertson. It's not touched by Dixie. It's thrown away. I thought maybe Dixie got a piece of that.
Yeah, I thought too. I thought Keely Pritz maybe was going to tip that at the last second. And we'll see coming into your living room. Does anybody touch this ball? Maybe Joey Robertson got a second.
Maybe they both touched it, yeah. Good point. So it's still 5-3. Ball tipped but saved by Dixie. Keely Prince on the left side. Now to Abbott. Abbott won't shoot from there. Looking inside. Goes to Barbin instead, top of the key. Barbin looking. Now he goes in the corner to Prince. They've got Bottom in there if they want him. They don't give it to him. Skip it over to the right side to Abbott. Abbott saw Prince, didn't give it to him. Goes back to Bottom for 3. Shot is off to the right. Rebound fought for and taken down by Barbin. On his knees with the rebound, Devin.
Huge Red Rock real estate rebound. Barbin gives you a ton of competitive fire and hustle. Just an all-around stud of an athlete.
Bottom nearly has it stolen. Now he's fouled. No call because he got a nice pass off, and Abbott lays it up and in.
Yeah, Abbott, the recipient of a beautiful find, and the Flyers now push that lead up to 4.
7-3. Baker beats everybody. Goes in. Shot up. No good. And they're going to call this time a block, not a charge. Another Gallion-Welker and Beckstrom decision, Devin, that this time goes for the offense.
You know, good tempo right now. A lot of action. Not a ton of scoring just yet, but a nice 7-3 lead here. And Baker can try to chip away at it from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line.
Baker, an excellent free throw shooter, and he hits the front end to make it 7-4. One more coming for Braden. And the referee says my time. They have a lot of fans have been using props lately, and they haven't made this illegal yet, but it's like a curtains of a stage, and they open it up and make faces at the guys shooting free throws. Baker actually got 2 shots at the free throw and couldn't make either of them because they stopped him mid free throw last time. And the good news for Snow Canyon is the ball was tipped out of bounds by Dixie.
Yeah, I mean, I see this at Dixie State over the years, and
yeah, it's pretty fun. When they get pretty funny sometimes, huh?
Oh, you get gorillas, and you get
the guy with the coconut bra. Ball stolen away by Dixie on the run, ahead to Cuff, who lays it up and in. A steal and a basket for the Flyers, make it 9-4.
Beautiful defense leading to offense, and Cuff finishing.
5 different Flyers have already scored, and they only have 9 points. Inside to Robertson, and he has it tipped out of bounds. Joey has not scored, Devin.
No, and he didn't score in the first half against Cedar, but in the second half with 10. And again, like I said in the pregame, he hasn't put a full game together, except for maybe back in the Coach Watt Classic the night he had 29.
Yeah, it's averaging 15 a game. So hoping to get back somewhere near that. They're going to need him. They get it inside to him with Prince on him. Leap and leaner up, no good. Tip up, no good. Rebounded by Sampson. Out to Warner. Warner tries a 3. That's no good. Rebound to Baker. Snow Canyon getting multiple shots at it. Now they'll reset.
Beautiful effort by Braden Baker flying in for the Red Rock rebound.
It's quick, too. Now they go right side to Sampson. Inside to Childs. Childs with Prince on him. Spin move, ball tipped away, and I think that's going to be off of Childs. It'll be Dixie ball.
Looked like he kind of got it off his leg there, just as he was kind of trying to make that move to a fadeaway. He just kind of hit himself and lost the handle.
Under a minute to go, first quarter. Dixie typically under a minute will hold for one shot. They have a 9-4 advantage here at home. As Sam Westfall into the game, and he'll bring it across, but he throws it away. Ball stolen by Childs. Childs drives in, and he is hammered. Jace Bennett said, "Not in our house."
Yeah, and no ill intent, just making a play on the ball. Actually probably gets a little bit of ball up high, but he had to come from the backside. And when he realized that Childs was so strong, he was fighting through that swat, he just wrapped him up, and then easily the whistle came.
25 seconds to go in the quarter. Childs will go to the line for a couple of shots. Hopefully he looks like he's all right, and he hits a free throw. Bryson has 5 of his team's 6 points now. 4 of his team's 5 points. I can count. I really can.
If there was a bench pressing contest of all the Region 9 players, I think Bryson Childs would be hard not to pick, and he's strong.
We know he can bench press rebounds all day long at 9 a game.
Showed you pretty good shooting touch there from the foul line as he got him.
9-6. Dixie with 20 seconds. Now they'll try again to hold for one shot. They lead by 3. Cuff near the block D in the blue circle at center court. Now he peels to the left side. Looking for a screen from Prince. Gets it. Kicks it in the corner. Westfall left-handed 3 is short. It's an air ball. Prince with the rebound and out of bounds off of Akili Prince. He can't handle it, so Snow Canyon will have 2.4 to get a shot away.
Well, both teams are making a really concerted effort on both ends in the rebounding department.
They get the ball in. They're going to need to try a full-length shot, and they don't get it off. I don't think they realized there were only 2 seconds left, and that'll do it for the first quarter. On a one-loss scoreboard, we played one complete Region 9 Wars here on ESPN Radio. It's 9-6. Dixie on top.
So I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Coach does with Staley, too, with 2 fouls as they trail by 3. Quick Hearst Ace Hardware update after 1 quarter over at Desert Hills. Hurricane leads 21-11. Hurricane shooting the 3 ball really good from what I understand.
Ooh, that would be an upset. I don't know if it would be a major upset. But
Tigers are 2-1 in region. Thunder are 3-0. Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if Hurricane wins that one. And then Dixie beats Desert Hills in a couple of days, and we have a 3-way tie. 3 by Bryson Childs. That's his 2nd of the game and his 4th of the season, and Bryson's feeling it. He's got 8 points, and we're tied.
Yeah, it's been him doing all of the lifting on offense.
Inside, Cox can't get a shot to go. Bottom has got it back, and after getting it knocked away, puts up a lefty layup in.
Yeah, Spencer Snow checked in and contested up high, but then didn't turn and box, and Bottom able to recollect it and go back up strong.
Still in the backcourt. Now Snow Canyon gets it across. It's an 11-9 game. Warner drives in, gets it inside to Snow, has it blocked away. Nice recovery by Tanner Cuff.
Yeah, a lot of coaches love the block. A lot of fans love the block. Everybody loves the block if you can keep it in bounds and go the other way with it, but that one went out into the front row.
Coach Cuff said the other day, the block is so overrated because it usually just goes right back to him, but that's a coach talking.
Fans love it, though. Got to reset that D.
11-9, Dixie on top, Snow Canyon on the offense. Go outside to Spencer Snow, big strong kid, great football player. Now to Baker for 3, shot in and out, no good. A rebound taken down by who else? Cuff. He's gotten every rebound, and they're going to call Snow for a reaching foul.
Yeah, he wanted the jump ball call, didn't get it. Reach in.
But
that's already 5 fouls on Snow Canyon as a team so far. Just 2 for the Dixie Flyers.
Cuff has been a man rebounding the ball, hasn't he, this season, and especially tonight?
He's grown a lot. That helps.
Also a great scorer. Great touch from outside. Dixie with the lead and the basketball. 6:25 to go in the first quarter. 11-9 Flyers on top of the Warriors. Inside to Cox. Cox pushes his way and traveled with the basketball. I think that's where, you don't have maybe the height of Robertson, but the bulk, the strength of Spencer Snow made Cox work too hard.
Yeah, I'd like to see Snow give Bryson Childs a little run for his money in an arm wrestling contest. I think that might be a stalemate for a couple minutes.
I'm taking Snow on that one. He's a big, strong kid. All right, Snow Canyon on the O. Dixie with pretty good little pressure. It takes Snow Canyon about 7 or 8 seconds every time to get it across half court, especially without Staley in the game. Warriors, though, on the O. Sampson thought about the 3, decided not to shoot it. Now Bryson Childs will try another one, and that one's in and out, no good. So a little heat check there, but offensive rebound by Baker. Baker has it tipped away and saved. Thankfully, Childs was in the backcourt trying to play defense, and then he throws it away. Fast break for the Flyers. Foul. Henderson is fouled from behind by Warner, as Brody Henderson with the steal and then almost the hoop and harm, but at least he got the harm.
Oh, man, that was as good a steal as you could see. All of a sudden, you think you've got a little lead pass for a teammate. No, Brody Henderson anticipates it and then goes up strong, and clearly a foul on Warner.
Yeah, I think he thought he had just the one defender behind him, and the other one came and actually nearly got a clean block by Warner, but Henderson does get free throws. The first one in and out, no good. Dixie has not shot the ball well from the line. Right now, they're 3 out of 7, Devin. Yeah. This is a team that made, what were they, 16 of 18 the other night?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny how that comes and goes sometimes. Such a concentration, rhythm thing. I asked Coach Cuff if he was worried about that cold shooting fourth quarter carrying over, but he didn't seem to pay much attention to it.
Henderson hits the second one. He's 2 of 4. His team is 4 out of 8 from the line, and Dixie leads by 3.
Still a lot of time to get that up 75% or more.
Staley is back in with those 2 personal fouls, and they get it across the timeline. Again, good hustle Dixie defense. And Snow Canyon, once they break the press and get it across, they can't take advantage. They have not taken advantage. That's one thing. You got to make a team pay if they're going to press, and Snow Canyon has not made them pay. Comes into Baker. Baker drives in traffic. Shot up off the glass and good, but they're going to say before the shot, a reaching foul.
Baker's the one guy off the dribble that can really beat you, though. He is the best off the dribble drive for Snow Canyon. Goes strong, sees the double team coming, switches it up high away from the reach in from Cuff, and earns the foul.
I'll tip that out of bounds. It'll stay with Snow Canyon. 12-9. Flyers trying to improve to 4-0 in region. Snow Canyon desperately trying to get their second region win. And again, Dixie tips it away. Cuff's proven to be a little bit of a nuisance there guarding the inbound pass. Trying to get it in. Warner got nowhere to go, got to get rid of it, and finally he calls a timeout. They can't get it in, and so Snow Canyon will take a 30-second break. We'll take it with them. 5:03 to go in the second. 30-second break as the Flyers lead by 3.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Snow Canyon with a little difficulty getting the ball inbounds, and they'll try it again here. Our game brought to you in part by our good friends at Intermountain Sports Medicine. As the Warriors do get it in, Staley drives baseline. Tried the leap and lean, and he's bumped by Bennett. Finish my thought on Intermountain Sports Medicine. They support all the Region 9 athletes, including the trainers for our local schools. For Dixie, it's Mike Tolman, and for Snow Canyon, DeJuan Shakespeare.
Yeah, appreciate Intermountain Sports Medicine. Dr. Millward. If you have sports injuries, he's the guy in Southern Utah.
Another turnover. Dixie on the fast break. Henderson lays it up. No, left it just short. The finger roll didn't work. Now Snow Canyon going the other way. Baker stop and go. Nice move, drops it off, and offensive foul.
Akili Prince right there taking that Gallion Welker big hit. If you've been taking a big hit in a car accident, go see a free consultation with the attorneys at Gallion Welker. Baxter and Baker that time didn't even go up and shoot it. Momentum carried him in. Prince stood his ground, and that's the right call again. No restricted area in high school.
I think you said right call. I agree it was an offensive foul. If it was a foul, maybe it should have been no call, because you see all the contact was legs. 3 at the other end by Cuff. No good. Still a 12-9 game. Pretty low scoring affair. We're going to struggle to get to our Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert unless these guys pick it up a little bit.
We got to get it. It's on my way home. I want some yogurt tonight.
Ooh, yeah. Good idea. Good idea. Hit it on the way home. Although I got a lot of work to do, so I'd have to go quick. Maybe get me some of that Reese's flavored Froyo. Yeah, that's good stuff. Ball comes into Staley. 4.5 to go in the second. A 12-9 Dixie lead. Flyers have yet to get their offense going, but their defense is keeping them in it. Staley, little fadeaway, in and out and back in, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, huge bucket there.
Yeah, they averages 4 a game. Not a big scorer. He's a distributor and a dribbler, but he can hit the open shot.
See if the Flyers try to attack him and maybe try to, catch him playing a little bit cautious because of the foul situation.
Right side is Bennett. Bennett goes in the post to Akili Prince. Has a shot blocked out of there by Joey Robertson. Good block by the big fella on the reverse side. Now Staley. Staley into Warner. Back to Staley. Inside Robertson. A little too high. He had to run and get it down, and he hands it off to Baker, who lost it out of bounds. You got to have a softer pass when your teammate is only about 5 feet away.
Well, Baker claiming he was held and only could get one hand on that ball. That was part of the problem, too. I mean, if he has 2 free hands, he might have a case there. It's hard to tell live if he was held before that pass actually got to his hands. But he was emphatically looking at the official and trying to get that call, but it never came.
Bottom, he'll drive hard, throwing up off the glass. No good. Rebound taken down by Snow Canyon. Good board by Mr. Rebound, Bryson Childs.
Dixie taking a lot of shots in the paint, but not falling. Haven't taken a lot of outside jumpers.
Bad pass on the entry by Staley. Dixie with the steal. Another turnover by the Warriors. Cuff, catch and shoot 3. In and out, no good. Nice rebound by Robertson, but he lost it. Goes back to Dixie. And Dixie on the sideline will get it back. I don't know about that call, but the Flyers will get it on the sideline. Both teams crashing the offensive glass.
I don't think the official saw it very well. He's going to go ask both of his partners for a little bit of help. The first official said, I didn't see it, I was blocked. And now the second one is going to keep the call Flyers basketball.
Yeah, none of them saw it. And that's the safe call. That's all right. Ball comes into Jacob Barbin. Great quarterback on this Dixie team. Kind of a hard luck guy. Got injured for the playoffs 2 years in a row. Now the Flyers on the offense. Bottom fakes a 3. Gives it to Cuff. Cuff being hounded by Baker. Drives hard. Shot up off the glass. No good. Tipped his own shot up. No good. A rebound, and this time Cuff's going to get called for a rebounding foul as Child had him boxed.
Well, that's why you turn him box. Cuff should have made the first one, though. That was a
and the second one.
Tip in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Both of them were very makeable. And Dixie not offensively clicking right now. I mean, 12 points with 2:39 to go. You got to give some credit to Snow Canyon's defense. But fortunately for the Flyers at home, their defense has been just as good, if not 1 point better.
2 fouls on Cuff, so he will sit down as they get it ahead to Baker. Baker to Robertson. Robertson shot up. Count it. Nope. Offensive foul. Take the basket away.
It looked like Joey did try to take an angle to go away from a head-on collision, but the defender, when the contact came, took that bump, and he got enough of them that hard to argue that call.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the big fella. Did try to jump sideways, but certainly you're right, Devin. There was a lot of contact there.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take that little floater, that little straight up and down jumper.
Bennett's got it. Goes back high to Prince. Prince right side to Barbin. Different lineup in for Dixie right now. Wilgar's got it. Wilgar faked the 3. Now back to Jacob Barbin. Now to Bennett. Bennett in the lane. Hard drive. Lefty roll. Finger roll. No good. Prince tried to dunk it back in and can't get it to go. And Snow Canyon again with a chance to take the lead. 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Love the energy from Akili Prince. Timed it okay, just couldn't get a clean handle.
Into Robertson. Robertson hammered from behind, no call, and they say out of bounds. I thought there was a lot of contact, Devin. Tough break.
And Robertson just walked over to Prince and bumped him. Looked kind of intentionally, if you can roll this replay to the very end, as he slowly walks back.
I want to take it back, too. That looked like it was pretty clean, actually.
Yeah. Didn't see that
a little bit
bump.
Of body foul, but
no, I'm talking about later.
Yeah.
A little sports gamesmanship, I guess the word I'm looking for.
Robertson seeming a little shy, more shy than I've seen him all season, because he had a couple of shots blocked by Cox early. Inside, back outside to Childs. Childs drives the lane into Robertson. Back to Childs. Childs in heavy traffic. Shot up. Good, and a foul. That's going to be on Cox. Acrobatic, kind of throw it up and see what happens. Shot by Bryson Childs.
Well, at least he was very patient. He didn't rush the first shot work if he blocked. He went kind of, got him in the air a little bit and then went back to the left side, kind of using that angle he had. You know, kind of an accidental pass that kind of got it over there to Robertson and then back to Childs there. And the Warriors have their first lead since early at 3-1 or 3-2 in this game. Bryson Childs hit an early three.
Yeah,
Dixie has led ever since.
He's kind of been the star offensively for the Warriors as he hits the free throw. He's now 3 of 3 from the line, and he has 11 points in the first half for a guy, Bryson Childs, who averages about 9 a game. Snow Canyon 14, Dixie 12, 1:15 left in the quarter. Cox left side to Henderson. Henderson looks inside to Wilgar. He's got it to him. Wilgar, nice acrobatic shot. Got it up off the glass and good.
Yeah, and he doesn't look to score, but when he does, you can see the athleticism on display.
Staley kicks it in the corner. Sampson tries a three. That's no good. Rebound tipped outside and taken down by Sampson. Sampson drives in, kicks it in the corner. Lucky bounce there. Now they go baseline. Shot up, reverse layup, no good by Sampson. Rebound Dixie. Bottoма comes away with it. 40 seconds to go in the half. It's only 14-14. Dixie with 5 points in the quarter. Snow Canyon with 8.
Well, you normally do see region scores drop down, especially after these teams know each other so well, and even in the second round when they played each other once.
Ball tipped away. They're going to say it's off of Bottoma. Nice anticipation by Snow. He's a little bit of a bull in a china shop sometimes, Spencer Snow. But now I was going to make this comment. Robertson went out, and I knew he was going to come right back in. I think Coach Sorensen said, look, you're our guy offensively. You can't be shy down there. You've got to take it to the hole, whether Cox blocks you occasionally or not. And I think that's exactly what happened. I think Sorensen said, Joey, go to the basket.
Yeah, you're right.
Almost halftime now, though. 15 seconds to go. Snow Canyon with a chance for the lead at the break. 10 seconds to go. Staley pushes hard. Now backs out of trouble. Goes to Baker. Baker step back three with 3 seconds. That's no good. Long rebound taken by Robertson. He tries a put back, and they're going to call a rebounding foul on the Warriors. And I believe that's number 2 on Robertson.
Yeah, got the other one on an offensive foul. You hate to see the big guy pick up a cheapie there, just going for an offensive rebound. Now you got a 1-and-1 situation, so Flyers can take the lead at the half from the Fabulous Freddy's stripe.
That's 2 fouls on Joey and 19 fouls. So you play for the last shot now with 0.8 of a second.
It was a little push off on Abbott early. It was early, and then he rose up. I think that's actually a good call, Andy.
Free throw, good. Dixie looks like they'll have the lead at the quarter as Carter Abbott puts it up and in.
We got Camels in the building. Jedette's over there going to perform with some props tonight. I can't wait.
One more coming, and the second one no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. That should be the half anyway, as there was only 0.8 of a second. And it is. It is halftime here from the hangar. Not what we expected. I thought more of a shootout. But maybe this is what Snow Canyon needed because they're in the game. It is halftime. Info West halftime report coming up. Dixie 15, Snow Canyon 14. We'll take a 2-minute break. Be back with that halftime report right after this break.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs, and you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals, and I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal, and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
Well, started off with a couple of Hearst Ace Hardware updates. We'll start with Pineview on the road at Cedar with a 25-16 lead at the half. Gavin Bateman with 4 threes in the first half. This is a guy that doesn't even play. He maybe plays 8 minutes a game. He's got 4 threes and 13 points to lead all scorers in that game. And any more, Devin, on the Desert Hills Hurricane game? You heard anything there?
Yeah, D Hills comes battling back, down 10 at the end of the first quarter. Their defense tightening up, but they're still down by 5, 32-27 at the break.
Tigers looking for a road win, and they kind of feel like they have to get a road win after losing at home to Dixie last Friday night. And you're right, this is quite a halftime show for those of you on the television audience or internet with us. That's a pretty impressive. As a parent, first thing I think of, I wonder how much those cost. But yeah, those camels are pretty amazing, complete with hand things to make their rear feet move, and then of course the
defending state champs, Andy, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you expect? They gotta up it, man. They want to repeat again.
That's right. You can't sit on your laurels, right? You got to take it up a notch, baby.
Hey, these drill team kids in Region 9, I think they practice more than some of the varsity other sports do. They get up like 4 or 5 in the morning and then go, and it's a big deal, man. They take a lot of pride, the Jetettes do, in doing a good job. It was definitely entertaining to watch. I was watching the camels like you were because, yeah, they were like running in motion with their arms, making the legs sink. It was pretty cool.
15-14 here at the half. Dixie leading Snow Canyon. And again, the scores we had earlier was Pineview up, I think it was 9 at the half again at Cedar. And then Hurricane with a 7-point lead at Desert Hills. So it's been 5-point lead at Desert. Devin, it's been weird because the road teams this year in region have actually won more games than the home teams so far in this region season. Not what we expect. Teams aren't protecting their home court.
Yeah, it's been crazy, and you always want to try to steal a couple on the road. And gosh, the first 2 region games, I think it was 1 and 5. The road teams were all winning. The home teams were like 1 and 5. It was tough to come by a home victory, and then we started to kind of see some home teams take over. But you know, anything can happen. Expect the unexpected in Region 9. I always say it, and it's true again tonight. I mean, who thought we'd have a 15-14 game here at the half? And some of the big-time names that have been great scorers have really come up with not much to account for in the old Wilkinson stat line tonight.
Including one big zebra. We'll talk about that right now, as a matter of fact, as we look at our Wilkinson stats. Leading scorer for Snow Canyon is not Joey Robertson, not Braden Baker, but rather Bryson Childs Childs with 2 threes, a 2 and 3 for 3 from the line for 11 points. Why is that significant? Well, I'll tell you, Devin. Joey Robertson has 0. Braden Baker has 1 point. Your 2 stars, who combined to average about 30, almost 30 a game, have 1 point in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, Dixie did a really good job switching up the defense, making it hard. They're throwing help at Joey Robertson. He's having to try to be more of a distributor, and he's tried to throw some passes across the lane that just haven't really worked out. Baker's trying to attack, but he's not getting anything to fall, and he's having to go through one line of defense and then the next while he's getting reached in and people are trying to steal the ball. But probably Bryson Childs single-handedly keeping this team in the game at the half. They did a sensational job getting him some looks, and he's carrying the load right now for Snow Canyon, and it's a good thing he's doing that because they needed every one of his 11.
Yeah, 11 out of their 14 points. The only other guy with a field goal is Austin Staley on a little fadeaway bouncer that went in, and that's all for Snow Canyon. For Dixie High, they really have spread it out. They have 6 different players have scored, 4 for Bodema, 3 for Carter Abbott, 2 each for Cuff, Henderson, Wilgar, and Cox for their 15 points. Let's, if we can, guys in the truck, for those of us on the video, maybe go over some highlights from the first half.
Sorry, Andy, I got distracted. They're doing a shootout for cash for, I was trying to catch what the fundraiser, I think it goes to the school. I think it stays with the school.
There was a 3, by the way, to start things off for Bryson Childs, and our monitor keeps cutting out on us, but
there you go.
Bucket inside, and
it was a nice cross-court skip, and then a nice recovery by Cuff, who blocked it into the front row. There's a good little move from Austin Staley.
And that was the only other field goal besides Child's shots in the first half for Snow Canyon.
Look at the big passing, though.
Yeah, nice 3-point play there by Bryson Childs inside. And, they got that clock going. Almost hit a 3-pointer and won something, Devin. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, $50 for a lane. I think it was $100 for a free throw, and then $150 for a 3-pointer. I think to the drama club or something here at Dixie High School. And they got one more contestant. But we're seeing more makes here in the halftime show than we did in the first half. These teams both just struggled from the floor. That's why
true.
It's a low-scoring game right now.
For Dixie, their struggle shooting is really helping keep Snow Canyon in the game. The Flyers have not made a 3-pointer. They average about 5 makes on a 3 per game. Oh, he almost made a half-court shot there. He's got another shot at it.
He rushed it.
Yeah, that one was too hard. But,
good entertainment here at the hangar tonight, Andy.
Dixie has not made a 3-pointer, Devin, and they're only 5 out of 10 from the free throw line. You don't expect that because they haven't had any time off. They've been playing consistently. They just are struggling shooting the ball.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Bennett took 1 and Cuff took another one. I think they only shot 2. I mean, I think the game plan early on was to go inside.
I think Bodema had 1 or 2, but other than that, you're right. I mean, he had attempts, not makes.
Yeah.
They haven't had any makes.
Not many taken, but obviously none hit.
For Snow Canyon, they are 4 out of 5 from the line, and they've made 2 3-pointers. So if you look at the free throws, Dixie has shot twice as many, but only made 1 more free throw. And no 3-pointers for the Flyers, and 2 3-pointers, both by Bryson Childs. Not by Baker, not by Warner, not by Staley, but by Bryson Childs.
That's a big surprise because he's not known for his 3-point shooting ability. He's an inside guy. I mean, he's got a great release. I'm not questioning his shot, but that's just not what we've seen him do a lot this year.
He only had 2 in 14 games before today, and he has 2 in this game. So, yeah turned it around.
Hard to tell him not to take another 1 or 2, though, because he's shooting it pretty well tonight. He did have that one heat check 3 I thought he took from a little deep that he missed, but I can't really blame him for that.
Our game brought to you in part by Southwest Diesel. For 40 years, Doug and Darren have been there when you need a fix. Southwest Diesel is the originators for high performance for diesel engines. 673-6342. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes. When we come back, we'll have the second half. It is Dixie and Snow Canyon involved in a tussle here in the hangar. Back in 2 minutes in this 1-point game.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. And I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
A quick 7-4 run to start the second half for Desert Hills has the Thunder within 2 points in 5 minutes left in the third quarter in that game that is on our sister station 890 KDX2. Mike McGarrett, Andy Thompson over there. Over here at Dixie High, it's Andy Griffin and Devin Dixon, and the Flyers ready to have possession of the basketball. Brooks Sampson was trying to get him to hand him the ball out of bounds so he can have possession of the ball, but the ref says, no, it's their ball. And they had a good laugh, he and Carson Bottoman. Now we're ready to play ball. 15-14, Dixie on top by one. Backdoor pass to Bottoman, lays it up and in over Robertson, and the lead is 3.
Wow, really good. One bounce to the post and then the backdoor cut. First option there, and it worked perfectly. And now a turnover.
Carry called on Childs, and another turnover. So that's been maybe the biggest bugaboo for Snow Canyon tonight. They have not taken care of the basketball. So Dixie with that actually matches their biggest lead at 3 points, 17-14. And they'll work the offense. You got to figure Coach Cuff made some adjustments at halftime, see if they can figure out how to get the lid off the basket. Cox thought about driving in. Now they're going into a little bit of a four-corner, trying to isolate this zone. Inside it goes to Wilgar. Wilgar lays it up and in. That's back-to-back buckets for the Flyers, and they lead by 5. Biggest lead of the night. Ahead it goes to Baker. Jacks a 3. That's no good. A rebound to Brody Henderson. Henderson cut off and fouled by Baker.
Yeah, a little ticky-tack foul there. I thought he started to reach in and then kind of let off. Not a lot of contact, but enough to draw the whistle. And I think Braden knew he missed that 3 right off the bat because he charged in trying to chase down that rebound. And you missed the 3, and then you get your third personal foul. Not a good sequence for Double B.
Yeah, 3's not a good number for number 3 right there. And now a travel on the exchange as Derek Cox maybe got a little sloppy. And I'm telling you, I kept thinking, okay, we're going to come out and they're going to play better. Neither team playing that well here in the second half.
Yeah, and unforced error there. You know, didn't really need to dribble, didn't have any pressure. Just like wanted to take a dribble to kind of reset it. You know he was going to pass it. He's not going to dribble drive on you one-on-one.
That was the very definition of unforced error because there was no pressure. Now Staley's got it near midcourt. He'll dribble left side, get a screen from Childs. Can't use it. Childs looking into Robertson. Instead goes back outside to Cole Warner, who got the start in the second half. Warner. Left side to Staley. Now into Robertson. Robertson double team. Kicks it in the corner to Warner. Warner will try a three. In and out, no good. Tipped up and in, though. Nice follow by Brooks Sampson.
Yeah, and again, rebounding, offensive rebounding has been a huge part of why Snow Canyon's keeping it close. There's a three by Bottom, but no good.
Snow Canyon on the rebound. Staley trying to push it. 3-on-3. Kicks it in the corner. Offensive foul on the pass off as Sampson swishes a three that will not count.
And that's going to be a third foul on Austin Staley. He did a good job that last 3 minutes of the first half to come in and not pick up number 3. And he gets that third about a minute and 50 seconds into the second half. So he's going to have to be really careful. And Coach Sorensen's over there pleading his case on what he's seeing. It's different from what the officials seeing for the Warriors.
And I'm telling you, college has that circle now, just like the pros. Both of those charges recently would have been in the circle, but there isn't one in high school. Inside to Cuff, backs his man down, tries a little fadeaway. That's no good. Rebound to Childs. Now to Staley. Staley looking down court, nothing there. It's a 19-16 Dixie lead. Staley drives in the lane, double team, looking for help, and throws it away.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I know the shot clock has been a topic of whether the state of Utah should add it. I think there's 9 states that do have a shot clock in the U.S. The restricted area, everybody else has adopted that. Still don't have that here. I don't know which will come first or if either will come, but you're asking the official to do more with that restricted area, make it tougher on the officials, certainly. Shot clock probably make their job a little easier, unless they're stalling and they just stand there and not have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, it might, but you talked about it last time we had a broadcast together, the expense of a shot clock, where every school would have to put in 2 shot clocks, and you'd have to basically assign another personnel to the desk for every game as well to reset that thing every chance. Ball goes inside, knocked away from Cox, but a reaching foul. Snow Canyon, I believe that's Warner.
Shot clock only becomes a topic when you see a team stall. I mean, a lot of teams want a free flow, they want up tempo, but every once in a while you'll see, like we saw out at Hurricane, where they held it for about 6.5 minutes out of 2 overtime periods.
Actually, all 8 minutes. Pineview had one possession,
but it was quick.
And they threw it away, and it was like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
The Hurricane held the whole first overtime, and then they won the tip in the whole second overtime. Inside Bottom between 2 defenders, gets it up and in, and you can see that time Staley with the 3 fouls didn't dare foul him.
Yeah, and I think you probably got to go get him for a little bit just so you can get somebody out there that's not worried about picking up that foul. Staley's a smart player, though.
21-16 now, 5-point lead again as Snow Canyon is trapped and Warner has to throw it off a cuff. The offense for both teams has been, I think stilted would be a good word, just kind of off kilter, kind of rough in this game for both teams, and that's why we only have 37 combined points and we're in the middle of the third quarter. Snow Canyon gets it in. Sampson hands it off to Staley. Robertson still has not scored, the big fella working Abbott inside. 33 guarding 33. They get it into him. Double team comes. He kicks it outside. Around the horn and goes to Staley for 3. That shot too hard. Rebound Cuff. Cuff throws it up ahead, but it's stolen by Staley. Staley doubled and fouled.
Wow, good catch in traffic by Staley on the takeaway, and then he's triple teamed immediately. And, he had to, first of all, not travel, which was really close there, whether he took an extra pivot.
Oh, he did travel.
Yeah, he might have traveled, but then he gets the foul called against the Flyers, and the Warriors right now only down 5 with possessions to hanging around in the game on the road at the hangar.
Personal was on Prince. Now Snow Canyon back on the offense. Childs to Warner, back to Childs. Now to Sampson. Thought about the 3, didn't shoot it. Not doing a good job of getting it into Robertson. And when he gets it, the double team comes immediately. Staley, Childs, Robertson. Nope, too hard. Childs threw it over his head and need a little more up and a little less out, I guess.
Too many mistakes.
Yeah, they're not even getting shots on most of their possessions, Devin.
And Dixie's made their fair share, too. It's not like it's just one way, but it seems like Snow Canyon has had just a few more unforced errors.
High post to Prince. Prince over to Carson Bottom. No, that's Abbott with the ball. Falling down in the lane was Dixie player, Barbin. Now they'll go back out high to Bottom. But Bottom nearly has it stolen away. They're going to call a reaching foul on Bryson Childs.
Hurst Ace Hardware update over at Desert Hills. Back and forth they go, but with 1:32 left in the third, Desert Hills is now taking, I think, their largest lead of the game at 47-42.
Wow.
They might get the Holbrook Asphalt dessert over there, so
yeah.
That's good news.
You'll still get your yogurt.
Any region game over 55, everybody wins.
Ball stolen by Childs. Childs spin move, lost the ball, no foul called. He wanted a foul. They didn't give it to him. Now nearly stolen away, and it is stolen away by Sampson. Sampson goes in, tries a reverse layup. He's fouled hard by
Wilgar.
Peyton Wilgar.
Sampson, good thievery in the open court. Kind of pokes it away, and then it goes off the leg of Wilgar, which actually helps Sampson go attack mode and try the reverse with the English. That was way too strong, but mission accomplished, and now you got a chance to get to the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line and draw closer.
First foul on Wilgar. Free throw, though, no good by Brooks Sampson.
Don't forget those Fabulous Freddy's free throw coupon books. You can always pick those up, or you can join their unlimited car wash club, $25 a month. You get to wash it as much as you want all month long, and every Tuesday you get inside and out on the VIP Tuesday if you're a member.
Love keeping the ride clean, the Mustang clean at Fabulous Freddy's. Second free throw good by Sampson. He has 3 points all in the third quarter, and the only points for Snow Canyon in the quarter. They trail 21-17, 30-second break. Let's see, full, 30, let's take a 30. Back in 30 seconds, Dixie by 4.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
We are back here from the hangar. Dixie leading it by 4, but they have had opportunities in this game, Devin, to put it away, as it were. They've led all the second quarter and so far here in the third quarter, but they have yet to go on that run, and that's good news for the visiting Warriors.
Yeah, just kind of hanging around. You know, they're playing hard. There's no question that Coach Sorensen, second-year head coach, has got this team and their intensity high right now. And now they just need some shots to drop and make a few less mistakes.
They get the ball into Cuff. Cuff, one of the top scorers in the region, more than 16 a game.
Hasn't looked for a shot too much.
Backdoor, Bottoма, good backdoor cut by Bottoma, the delivery by Bennett, and the lead is the biggest it's been all night, 6.
Yeah, that's the same play they ran to start the half, just the high post and then the backdoor cut from the wing, and nice execution. Warriors have been overplaying the wings a little bit, so that's been there.
Our clock time, 2:52, brought to you by Riverside Business Insurance. If you're paying for workers' comp insurance and you don't have RBI, you're probably paying too much. Appreciate our friends at Riverside Business Insurance, Devin. Childs looking inside to Robertson, who has still yet to score. They get it into him this time with Cuff on his back. Spin move in the lane, has to give it up to Warner. Warner tries a 15-footer, swish! They needed that.
They do, and you know, he's come in and looked for some instant offense, and they've needed that spark and that scoring threat off the bench.
Now they go high post to Bennett. Dixie leading by 4. Now Bottoma for 3. That shot is short, but he got his own rebound inside to Bennett. Ball goes to the floor. Snow Canyon's got it, and they get it over to Childs. Childs to Robertson. He doesn't want it. Now they find Staley. 2:05 left in the third. 4-point Dixie lead.
Sampson, another steal. He got in there, those quick hands for Snow Canyon. Got to feed the big guy, you feel like. They're trying.
Get him the ball.
You got Cuff now guarding Robertson.
3 on the other side is up, no good. Good rebound by Carson Bottoma. And Dixie wants to run. Henderson pushes to Bennett in the corner. Bennett baseline drive out high to Cuff. Open 3. No good, in and out, and knocked out of bounds off of Bottoma. Boy, Cuff doesn't miss that very often.
Yeah, had a good look. Nice kick out pass. Straight away, he was set, and it just front of the iron, back of the board, and off.
That's a shot, man. 1:34 to go in the third. The lid still mostly on the basket for these two teams. Again, Snow Canyon with 5 points in the quarter.
And I don't think the shot selection's bad for either team. I think it's just not falling.
Plus, they're not getting very many. Snow Canyon, too many turnovers.
Yeah, the intensity, though, the defensive effort, a lot of reaching, a lot of great defense is being played. That's pretty evident by the score up there.
And it goes to Warner. Warner pushes hard, drives in the lane. Shot blocked by Cox, but they're going to call a foul. I don't know if Cox will get it or somebody from the side. They do give it to Derek Cox. Looked like a pretty good block, huh?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times you'll see the follow-through, but I think he stays with the ball the whole time and then grabs it with two hands.
Maybe elbow to elbow. That's what the referees call it.
That's one I don't know. I thought the officials did a really good job. I don't know if I can agree with that one tonight.
Second foul on Cox. Warner at the line hits the first one. And it's 23-20. So Canyon can pull within one here. Skinny Cole Warner. I don't mean that to be mean, but yeah, a little elbow there. Up high, up where the hands were, it was clean, but elbow to elbow foul. Warner hits them both.
My thought is he went straight up, though. You're entitled to go straight up. That's where I kind of felt like maybe it was a no-call situation.
2-point game, 1:15 left in quarter number 3. Dixie just holding on. They go inside to Cox. Cox tries to hit the cutter, but it's dropped. Back out to Cuff. Cuff drives in the lane. Leap and leaner, no good. And a foul called. They're going to give him free throws. They're going to stay on the drive. Referee looking to see who the foul is on, and that is number 4 on Austin Staley. That's a big one, Devin.
Yeah, because it's still, late third quarter. We're not even in the fourth quarter yet. But Sorensen's going to have to probably go get him for at least,
and Baker's got 3. Cuff to the line, and he bricks it. Wow, back iron hard. Dixie has struggled with the line tonight.
Yeah, Tanner's scoring has dipped just a little bit as we've gotten into region play. Clearly a foul. Almost got the N1 opportunity. Just fell off.
Daddy's boy, the crowd is chanting. That's creative. It's all right. Nothing wrong with that. That one was flat, too, but it crawled over the rim for a free throw good. And it's 24-21. Dixie on top. Here comes a 1-2-2 press. Get it into Baker. Baker throws it away. Cuff with a nice behind-the-back save. Got the tip and then got the save as he was going out of bounds. There's your daddy's boy right there, huh?
Maybe the Snow Canyon student body section not doing themselves any favors.
You don't want to wake up a sleeping giant, that's for sure. I know some players play better mad. Branson Blackner being one of those. Carl Malone, another. 24-21 Dixie, 40 seconds to go in the third. Henderson drives in the lane, kicks it to Prince. Prince back out to Henderson. 33 seconds to go. Driving in Henderson, shot up, no good. Rebound, offensive board to Cox. Inside, driving, offensive foul by Peyton Wilgar. He didn't like the call, Devin.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of calls on the charge tonight, haven't we?
It's another look at it. Tough call. I don't think the defender moved, but there was kind of sideways contact. So Wilgar gets his second foul. Snow Canyon will have it, down just 3 here late in the third. And stepping on the line is Warner as he tried to get away from Wilgar. Probably committed an offensive foul too, had that right-handed hook. Either way, it's Dixie ball now with 21 seconds to go.
Well, Snow Canyon's weathering this low-scoring third quarter, though, because their defense continues to be superb, matching Dixie almost toe-to-toe right now on that side of the ball.
Joey Robertson is not in the game. And, he is in the game, but he still hasn't scored. And probably won't before the end of the third as Dixie plays for 1. 10 seconds to go. Cuff with his hands on the ball. 8 seconds. He'll try to cross his guy over. Gets it over to Bottom. Bottom short hands the 3. Rebound to Cox. Cox put back, trying no good. Tip up, no good, and that's your quarter. A flurry of shot attempts, but nothing would go for the Dixie Flyers. And after 3 complete, believe it or not, it's only a 24-21 game on our one-loss scoreboard. We'll be back in a minute.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana.
Welcome back. Our game brought to you also in part by Hank's Riverwalk Grill. They're our timeout sponsor. You go in there and ask for the timeout special, you get 2-for-1 ribs. Pretty awesome stuff. As we resume live action, it is a 3-point Dixie lead. That looks like maybe about a halftime score, but that's actually the end of the third quarter score, 24-21. Spencer Snow's got it into Warner. Out to Baker. Baker tries a long three. That's too hard. Rebound fought for Snow. No, Cox with the tip away. The lead pass to Bennett. Bennett drives in. Shot up. Good. Counted and a foul. Jace Bennett looking like Tyler Bennett on that one.
And look at the class, the sportsmanship. Bennett goes and picks Braden Baker up off of the court. Baker now with his fourth. Another tough one, man. I don't know, Andy. I mean, I could see that one actually going to charge as well, which would have been about the 6th charge of the night. But that time I feel like maybe they got that one wrong. But that's such a tough call to make. It's always the toughest in basketball.
A rebound, or the free throw no good. Rebound to Robertson, 26-21. Dixie is led by as many as 6. They lead by 5 right now. In the forecourt, Staley down with 4 fouls. Baker now with 4 fouls. He stayed in the game. They go to Robertson. Now to Snow. Snow right side to Sampson. Sampson to Warner. Warner drives in the lane. Terminates, gives to Baker, and it's stolen away by Cuff. Kind of got handed right to Cuff, and he'll take it.
It looked like he could have turned and spun and tried to push, but waited for everybody to clear.
Ball stolen away. Robertson on the run. 1-on-1. Robertson, nice pump fake. Has the ball slapped away. Was that Cuff that got a piece of that one?
Cuff ran by him, and originally, I think it was from the backside by, I think it was Cox or Bottoма.
30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here as we see this. I think Cuff got it as he, yep.
Oh, it was Cuff still.
As he went flying by, got his hands on the ball. And Robertson, 1-on-1, couldn't score it. He never should have slowed down. He should have gone hard all the way, but Dixie takes a quick timeout here. Again, another Hanks Riverwalk timeout.
Yeah, this game has been a big surprise. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if it was, in the 40s, but I mean, it's like a football score at halftime in Region 9 right now. It's a low-scoring basketball game. You're seeing a lot of great defensive play. Collectively as a unit, it's not just one guy. Offensively, haven't had a lot of team D3s tonight. Haven't had a lot of makes. I bet both teams shooting below 35% from the field. And it's just not a hot shooting night. And I give a lot of credit to the defense again. I've been very impressed with the intensity on that end of the floor tonight, making it difficult for the other teams to score.
First State's Hardware update, Pineview 31-23 at the end of the third quarter at Cedar. So could be a big road win for the Panthers if they can get it. Dixie on the offense, 6:40 left in the game. The Flyers lead by 5. It's been ugly, but they are winning here at home. Wilger has it tipped away out of bounds off of Spencer Snow. And the big fella will go sit down now as Sampson back into the game, or Bryson Childs back into the game. Like the starting 5 out there now. Nope, Warner is out there for Staley still. Inside, Cuff, little fadeaway, no good. Rebound to Braden Baker.
And he's missed some shots that normally are.
Yeah, he makes those.
Some putbacks. That one a little, 8-10 footer. Straight away, just couldn't find the touch.
Top of the key, Robertson. Now to Baker. Baker has it tipped away from behind. Jace Bennett will get the personal.
Pretty obviously reach. Looked like he got a lot of ball there. Reach from that backside. They're going to catch you every once in a while as you come up through and get a little bit of contact.
Baker now to Warner, inside to Robertson. Robertson in the lane, gets it over in the corner to Sampson. Why isn't he shooting those, Devin?
I don't know. Joey's catching it and then hot potatoing out of there. Draw the double team to you if they're going to double you. be a little bit more patient in the block.
Yeah.
I thought he had a chance to, stop and then go back to a right-hand hook there from, middle of the key, and passed it through traffic, almost got deflected.
Dixie has done a fantastic job defensively in this game on Joey Robertson, though.
Absolutely.
Ball tipped, stolen away by Bennett, rolling around on the floor, and he gets it to Cox. Cox ahead to Bottom, and Bottom lays it up and in.
Wow, mark that down as the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game nominee. It starts with the terrific thievery by Bennett. Then he gets the big man who throws the bounce pass, and Bottom finishes with the right hand.
28-21, the steal and the basket have Dixie with their biggest lead of the night. Baker, long three, Swiss, got it, a Team B auto three, makes it a 4-point game.
Big-time player, and he was feeling his team needed a bucket. He took that one from way downtown and made it, splashed it right home.
28-24, Dixie up by 4. They're going to take their time. Refs are kind of letting them play. In Bottom passes it down low, and it's picked up by Dixie. They have to reset. Bottom to Wilgar. On the handoff. Wilgar drives in the lane. Now back outside to Henderson. Henderson thought about the three. Now he goes in the lane. Back out to Wilgar. Wilgar traveled, got away with it. Goes inside. Finger rolls it in.
Yeah, he's looked really good when he's tried to score. That time got to the middle of the floor. Nice little finger roll finish from the right hand by Wilgar.
6-point lead for Dixie. Matching their biggest. Now Robertson tries a long three. That's no good. Ball tipped out, and Childs comes out of there with it.
Cole Warner created that rebound with the tip.
Now to Sampson. They're playing without their point guard, Staley with 4 fouls. And Staley getting set to check in. He will now as a reaching foul called on Henderson. No free throws yet. That's only the 16th foul.
Take Intermountain St. George acceleration. A lot of the kids, like Austin Staley, checking back in for Snow Cannons. A couple of these Dixie Flyers all trained through the years. Intermountain St. George acceleration. Check them out on social media. They're over there on Formaster Drive, Medical Center Drive. And if you remember the Cheetah Club, Andy, you're doing something.
Cheetah Club. That's something I'll never be a part of. Somebody asked me today if I could be an animal, what it would be. I said a cheetah because they're fast, and I've never been a fast guy. I'm an offensive lineman. Snow Canyon working the O. Nobody open, though. Childs trying to get into Robertson. Nothing there. Go to Sampson. Sampson stops for a three. No good. Rebound to Brody Henderson.
Good look. Sampson hasn't shot a lot tonight. Catch and shoot seemed to be in rhythm. Just missed it. Kind of the story of the night for both teams.
It's like a blizzard here tonight. I mean, there's no blizzard outside, but inside the gym, it's been ice cold for two teams. 30-24. Dixie by 6. Henderson pushes hard into the lane.
As cold as shooting performance has been, you still got a good one on your hands. Still a 6-point game with 3.5 to go. I mean, anybody can still win this game.
Yeah, we could go to triple overtime and maybe get some free yogurt, too. Hard drive by Wilgar. Wilgar goes to Bennett. Bennett in the lane. Thought about shooting. Now they'll reset it. They're using a lot of clock on this possession and taking care of the ball. 3:15 left in the game and a reaching foul call on Childs.
Yeah, you can't go too long. You can't let Dixie go forever. You're probably getting a little bit of fatigue setting in. A lot of the Warriors bench pretty short tonight. You know, you got Snow and you got Warner. It's been a 7-man rotation. Yeah. Starters have played the vast majority of this game, even though coach has done a good job keeping guys fresh with the foul trouble.
Big make by Peyton Wilgar, front end of the 1-and-1. Dixie in this game is only 6 out of 13, now 7 out of 14 with that make by Wilgar. One more coming. His are flat. They got to be right on, and that was not. It was a little too hard. But Bennett on the offensive glass, and talking about Mr. Hustle, Devin. Yeah. Jace Bennett has been it tonight.
And Coach Cuff loves that kid because he just exemplifies what Flyer basketball is all about. Doing the little things, grabbing a huge offensive rebound, giving your team more time to run clock and increase on that 7-point lead. Flyers starting to show signs they're going to stay undefeated, but not over yet. Warriors have time to get some buckets to drop and make the Flyers make foul shots down the stretch. This is a long way from over with 3:13 on the clock.
Let's take a 30-second timeout. Be back with more on our One Love scoreboard. 31-24, back in 30.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb.
But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Welcome back at the hangar as Dixie holding to a 7-point lead. That matches their biggest lead of the night. They were up 28-21. Now they're up 31-24. And Dixie will have the basketball. They got another offensive rebound. And, you know, rebounding, we haven't talked much about it, but, Devin, that's been big tonight. Dixie's got a lot of offensive boards.
Yeah, that was the one big key I had, our Camping World Keys to the game. I felt like it was going to be real important to see who won that war.
They go to Cox on the right side. He has to clear it out of there to Wilgar. Now to Henderson as Dixie goes into a bit of a four corners here. Snow Canyon trying hard to get the steal. They had it for a second. Henderson, though, gets rid of it. Cross-court pass to Cuff. Cuff, good ball handler. Skips it over to Henderson. Baseline to Cox. Cox back to Henderson. 2:45 on the clock. And a bumping foul on Childs, and that'll be his fourth personal.
Yeah, and Baker's got 4.
Childs
has got 4.
They're running out of
got
fouls.
4. And
Robertson only has 2, but
yeah, but he can't cover all 5 guys at the same time and get to every foul. Might have to bring Warner back in defensively to try to, if you get into a situation where you have to foul, obviously going to be bonus.
Dixie at 7 for 15 from the line, now 8 for 16 as Henderson hits.
And the next one will be 2 automatically. 9 team fouls for Snow Canyon. Just 6 for the Flyers.
Henderson 3 out of 5 from the free throw line. Coach Cuff there points to his temple. I think that doesn't mean I got a headache. I think it means be smart. Second free throw good. And it's 33-24, biggest lead of the game with 2:35 left. Staley hands off to Sampson, now to Robertson. Robertson again has not scored. 15 a game, yet doesn't have a point tonight. Baker, triple team, goes to Sampson. Sampson loads up a 3. In and out, no good. Great rebound by Akili Prince. He was high, Devin.
No question.
And another Dixie timeout. 2:16 left in the game. Maybe we can take a peek at our Hearst Hardware scoreboard and see if we got any other scores coming across the desk. You see anything for me, Devin?
Well, 30 seconds left, last report, and Desert Hills 53-50 on top of Hurricane. So still a one-possession game.
But the Tigers have been good enough to get close to everyone. They beat Pineview in overtime, lost to Dixie in a close game, and now it sounds like unless they can make a comeback, they're going to lose to Desert Hills in a close game.
Yeah, 1-3 away from tying that up, maybe going to another overtime situation. Certainly advantage Desert Hills with 30 seconds left, but yeah, Hurricane, with Jackson last, man, he's shouldering the load, doing a lot of the heavy lifting for that team. He's fun. If you haven't got out and seen him play in Region 9 basketball, do yourself a favor, go watch Jackson last this season.
Dixie with the ball. They've got the 9-point lead and 2:10 left in the game. Sampson maybe looked like he tried to foul and they didn't give it to him. They go inside to Cox. Cox double dribbled. Yeah, call it. Yeah, he took one dribble when he caught it and then he started dribbling again. You're not allowed to do that in basketball.
Coach Cuff started to argue it, then he yelled at Derek, "What are you doing?" I don't know if he didn't see it or was kind of surprised even Coach Cuff.
There's a dribble. Picked it up and then dribbled again as you see on the replay.
Yep. That's definitely a double dribble.
33-24. Snow Canyon needs a basket. Inside the lane. Nice bucket by that guy that has had to sit most of the game with fouls, Austin Staley. We'll take another timeout. 1:45 left. Full timeout. We'll take it 33-26. Dixie on top.
150 over 90.
180 over 111.
160 over 110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to
We're back here at 1:45 on the clock. Just got a final from Desert Hills. The Thunder win at home, but boy, Tigers gave them a game, and 56-51 your final score. What does that mean, Devin? Everybody gets free what?
Big score dessert is in effect.
Yeah.
Compliments of Holbrook Asphalt, your leaders in HA5. Second year we've ran that promotion. We run it football and basketball season, and man, I'm hitting up some Yogurtland compliments of Holbrook Asphalt when we're done over here. Thanks, Thunder. They had to make some free throws down the stretch there, 3 of them to seal that win over the Hurricane Tigers. Hurricane drops to 2-2. Thunder stay undefeated. Will the Flyers be undefeated when they meet on Friday night? Well, looking good so far. 7-point lead. $1.45 left up on the Riverside Business Insurance clock.
It will be Dixie ball, cuff to trigger, looking for someone to go to. He finally does get it in. And back to Cuff on the baseline. Ahead it goes to Sampson with the steal attempt, but they get it ahead to Wilgar. Now to Henderson left side, baseline to Cox. Skip it over to Bodema. 1:30 on the clock. Dixie doesn't have to shoot. They're up 7. And now a reaching foul. And it looked like Sampson went and grabbed Bodema and then said, I'm fouling him. And the ref said, oh, okay. And he called it.
Had to. I mean, down from 1:45 to 1:28 on the clock. Flyers would have been content to pass it all day long as Snow Canyon wasn't fouling. And really, the gas looked empty on that attempt defensively to try to create a steal.
Free throw. Bodema missed it. He's 2 for 3 in the game. Dixie now in the fourth quarter, they're 3 out of 6 in the game, 9 out of 18. 50%, helping keep Snow Canyon in the game. Second one stays down this time. Bodema now with 13 points to lead the Flyers.
It's kind of a quiet, nice night, going about his business, right about his season average.
34-26, 8-point lead. Staley in the forecourt. So Canyon needs a bucket. Step back 3 for Baker. Short, got his own rebound. Tip up, no good. Rebound to Cox or to Wilgar, and he's fouled. Take your pick on which guy, but one of them may have fouled out if it's Baker.
Baker almost alley-ooping that putback in. Could have probably came down with it, set himself up, maybe tried to use the window a little bit there or something, but that's a good look at a 3.
Foul was on
short.
33, not 3, so Baker stays in the game. Robertson gets his third, and Wilgar to shoot, and he swishes the first one.
It is a final, Region 9 final. Pineview gets a big road win, 47-33 over the Redmen. Second region win of the year for Pineview. Cedar has just one region win.
Yeah, Cedar goes to what? I think 1-4 now, and they've got the bye, and good win for Pineview, their second win, and timeout taken by Snow Canyon. The lead is ballooned to 9. That's the biggest it's been. It's been 9 a couple of different times. Snow Canyon has fought back, but right now with 1:07 left, the Warriors are looking for a little bit of a miracle. We'll take a 30-second break. It's a 9-point Dixie lead on our one-loss scoreboard.
There is a place where the desert comes alive, where rain breaks forth from solid stone and gardens spring from blistered rock. There is a place with enough color to make a rainbow jealous, where boulders are bigger than buildings and cliffs are higher than clouds. There is a place that will straighten your step, tighten your grip, widen your eyes, and open your jaw. There is a place.
Been an emotional couple of days in college sports. I know a tragedy up in Pullman, Washington, with a quarterback taking his own life. And here in town, we had a coach that lost his job. Didn't lose his job, but he lost his coaching position at a local high school. And you and I don't know about you, but I hate change and I hate negative things. And I hope everybody lands on their feet with the fallout with the Coach Frankie losing his job.
Yeah,
hard drive, Sampson. Nice little shot inside, basket and a foul, or as Devin likes, the hoop in the heart.
Yeah, Coach Frankie, we get to know all the coaches in Region 9, basketball, football, baseball, even some of the other sports. And, for us, we feel like we're part of all these teams, going around traveling, doing a lot of their games. And It's always so bittersweet when we have teams head-to-head in the state championship rounds.
It is. Yeah,
you get a winner and a loser. You feel for one, you're excited for the other one. You know, not a lot of details right now on exactly why Coach Frankie got let go. Very vague. But yeah, it is the situation.
Looking for a new coach at Desert Hills. Free throw good. A 3-point play for Snow Canyon, and they've cut it to 6 with 52 seconds to go. You got to foul eventually. Those two guys have 4 fouls, though neither of them can foul. That Breaker had 4 fouls too, so Robertson finally has to come up and foul, and he fouls Jacob Barbin. Yeah, you got 3 guys in the backcourt, and you know somebody needs to foul, but all 3 of those guys had 4 personals, Devin.
Yeah, nobody wanted to watch the finish here on the bench. Still 6-point game, and
Barbin to the line. By the way, that's 4 now on Robertson, as Barbin's free throw rattles out.
Flyers kind of sweating it out from the free throw line here down the stretch. Snow Canyon's had a couple opportunities to draw a little closer, but to come up empty.
Dixie 5 of 9 from the line in the quarter. Second free throw good.
And they've at least been splitting them.
12 for 22 in the game. Staley has to kick it back out. 7-point game. Little runner. One-handed finger roll doesn't go for Childs, and that's going to just about do it, as Sampson does foul with 32 seconds left. But you don't blame Snow Canyon for not giving up, but Devin, at this point.
Baker makes that bucket. I mean, still very much alive. You know, that's a great look. They're overplaying the 3. You go to the little runner, and it almost looked like it's so open, I got to touch it and just put the right finesse on it, and he just left it short. It just fell off. No good. Great look.
Good look right there on the TV screen of Jacob Barbin. Lefty, much documented left-handed quarterback for the team. In fact, everybody on the roster, every quarterback on the Dixie roster was left-handed. I asked Coach Stokes about that once. He says, I don't know. There's something in the water over here or something. I don't know why that is. 2 free throws for Barbin. Second one, no good. Dixie secures the rebound. And Snow Canyon rather secures the rebound. They push it hard. Childs to Sampson. Drives hard in the lane. Lefty scoop, left it short. Got his own rebound. Now Snow Canyon needs a shot. Get it to Robertson. Robertson to Childs. Childs will launch a long 3. That's banks in there, and it's a 5-point game with 8.8 seconds left.
Yeah, it took too long, didn't it?
Way too long.
Needed that 3 earlier on. Got the points, though. Had to have the points to keep any hope alive, but clock now definitely in the advantage of the Dixie Flyers. Mad scramble. Childs, that was a Team D3 from way downtown. Bank is open. What a game he's having.
You know, that 3 by Childs, you can criticize the distance that he shot it, but it was straight on, man. It was his radar was good as far as direction, and he makes it a 5-point game. We're not going to make 40 tonight, it doesn't seem like, in this game, but
only set third 3 of the night. Baker had 1.
Yeah, Baker had 1, and then 3 by Childs, so 4 threes. But how about this for Dixie? No 3-pointers, not a single one. I mean, Team Diato didn't get their money's worth tonight because nobody was making 3s.
Yeah, and I think they only took 4 attempts in the first half, and I don't even think they took a 3-point attempt in the second half. Clearly the game plan for Coach Cuff was to pound it inside, penetrate, dish, and hey, whatever the strategy needs to be to get the job done, and they're 8.8 seconds away from going 4-0, undefeated in Region 9, heading into a big-time matchup with Desert Hills on Friday night.
Flyers by 5, 37-32. They get it into Bottoма. Now to Cuff, lead it ahead. Wilgar will be grabbed and fouled by Joey Robertson, who just fouled out of the game, and it's official. Joey Robertson, who averages 16 a game, is going to leave scoreless, Devin.
Yeah, I was talking about it on my show earlier. I'm like, I've seen Joey have some big halves, but he hasn't put a complete game together. You know, a scoreless in a half, but then he'll usually have 10 or 12 in that second half, or off 10 or 12 early, and then Braden Baker will take over and score in the second half. Tonight, they did as good a job as I've seen against Joey Robertson, and he didn't look patient with his offensive possessions. It looked like he wanted to distribute as soon as he caught it a couple times.
Well, you know, in the first quarter, he got blocked once or twice by Cox, and he was really tentative from that point on, it seemed like. Yeah, and you can't be tentative against a shot blocker, or else you don't score.
Well, I mean, it's not always a bad thing when they decide to double team you, because that's going to free somebody else up. But you got to let that time to develop that double team to come.
Free throw no good by Wilgar. Can't quite put this one to bed because Dixie keeps missing free throws. But with 3 seconds, you got to figure it's over. Second free throw also no good. It'll remain 37-32. 3 at the buzzer by Baker. Wouldn't have counted anyway. And there's your ball game, 37-32. One of the lowest scoring, non-stalling high school games I've covered in quite some time. But Dixie gets the 5-point win here at home. It was ugly, but it counted. And Dixie will improve to 4-0 in region play. Snow Canyon falls to 1-4. Before we go to break, Devin, your thoughts?
Well, I felt like Dixie was never really able to really put the pedal down in this game. They weren't able to run away and hide. I think that's a testament to the level that Snow Canyon competed on the defensive end and brought the intensity out on the road. But you know what? Just a total team effort, and Dixie just a little bit better on the defensive end. And nobody really able to really score other than Bryson Childs tonight. They needed somebody else to step up, and it just didn't happen. You got a couple guys here with 4 points there and 4 points there and 6 points there, but only player in double figures tonight, 14 for Bryson Childs, and it just wasn't enough as they lose by 5.
Final score, 37-32. Dixie gets the win. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back with the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show right here on ESPN Radio.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
There is a place where rocks bleed, and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents, and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest down. There is a place.
Welcome back to the post-game show brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry as Dixie wins at 37-32. Devin, if you drew it up on paper, it would not look like what it looked like out there on the hangar court tonight. But the bottom line for Dixie, they just keep winning. Ugly, pretty, whatever it is, they're now 4-0 in region.
Yeah, and they scored the same amount of points as they did on Monday in a loss to Skyview. And obviously Skyview number 2 in the state in 4A rankings in that Martin Luther King Holiday Classic. And you know what? Dixie's only lost 3 times this entire season. Now 12-3 overall, I believe, off the top of my head. But more importantly, 4-0 in Region 9. But solo first place battle will be on the line on Friday night because the Thunder also won tonight over Hurricane. Pineview also beat Cedar on the road. I think that game was on the road.
Yeah, big win for them up in Cedar City because that's the second win of region play for Pineview.
Yeah, and Hurricane still, even after the loss night, they're just 2-2. Snow Canyon Cedar still have just 1 win in region play. So that Pineview team is very much alive, right in the middle of it all. Playoffs will start today. They'd be right in the mix.
Again, our post-game brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Let's take a look at the highlights from our folks, our friends at CEC TV. Again, Dixie made a concerted effort to go inside early on. Nice backdoor pass, cuff to Carson Bottomer for 2. A hard drive by Wilgar. He had a nice game.
He did. He was kind of that guy that really stepped up and gave them a little bit of a scoring punch. But a lot of guys, as you can see, and the backdoor cut was there in the second half. Bottomer 13 points and easy bucket there. Nice speed. Dixie played unselfish basketball tonight. There's a nice play by Snow Canyon. Cuff, though, look at the behind-the-back save. This came after the student body was chanting at him.
Daddy's boy or something like that.
Bennett, I thought, came in off the bench and provided a spark as well tonight.
3-point play there for him. And then that
AWP playmaker play of the game.
Yes.
Boom.
Bennett with the steal. The lead pass to Bottomer with the layup. Our Appliance Wholesalers Plus playmaker play of the game. Had Snow Canyon made a comeback, that one might have been it because that was a long 3 by Braden Baker.
Yeah, Childs also got a 3. Staley got this little turnaround jumper down the stretch, but it just wasn't enough. Sampson got that one to drop, but for Snow Canyon, they continue to fight, and still a long way to go. You don't want to rule them out, but this loss really hurts them. They need to find a way to get a couple more region wins, and we're almost to the halfway point here in region play, and they're stuck with just 1. For Dixie, wasn't pretty. Isn't one who's going to fill up the highlight reel with a bunch of stuff. He had a couple brilliant plays and unselfish plays, but hey, you got the result, and that's all Coach Cuff cared about. And it was almost like the game plan was both coaches were content to play at that speed and this style. And, I mean, obviously the shooting was not lights-out performance by either team in the percentage category.
Dixie did not make a three-pointer. They were 13 for 26 from the free throw line. And they're just lucky that Snow Canyon wasn't shooting any better because it could have been a loss at home for the Dixie Flyers. Bottom line, though, they get the win by 5. Leading scorers in this game on our Wilkinson stat line, Bryson Childs leads Snow Canyon with 14. 6 for Brooks Sampson, 4 each for Cole Warner, Austin Staley, and Braden Baker held to just 4 points. And then Joey Robertson, 0 points. And I know that's going to be the first thing when I go do a little post-game interview with Coach Cuff. He's going to say, hey, we held their big guy to nothing, and we held their other stud to 4 points. That's going to make a coach very happy. For the Dixie Flyers, leading scorer was Carson Bottomer, and I think Carson's probably got to be our dance trucking player of the game, don't you think?
Yeah, probably the most consistent, fluid, got a lot of his buckets down low, just really right at his average on the season. Nothing out of this world, but definitely just all within the framework of the offense, and he really has to be the top candidate. There's no question.
Other scores for Dixie, 8 points for Wilgar, 4 points for Brody Henderson. Tanner Cuff was held to 3. Carter Abbott had 3 points as well, 2 for Barbin, 2 for Bennett. He had that 3-point play but couldn't quite finish it with the free throw. And then a bucket for 2 for Derek Cox. Dixie again, 13 of 26 from the line. Listen to this line score. They scored 9 in the first, 6 in the second, 9 in the third, and then finally 13. Finally get double figures, 13 in the fourth quarter. For Snow Canyon, they were 8 out of 10 from the line. They made 4 threes, but only had 6 in the first, 8 in the second, 7 in the third, and 11 in the fourth quarter as the Warriors go down to the Dixie Flyers. And finally, let's finish off again mentioning our awards. First of all, our AWP Playmaker play was
Bennett started
great steal by Jace Bennett that led to a layup by Bottomer.
Yeah, first of all, you got to get that steal, but then boom, he got the quick outlet to Derek Cox. And Cox, your 6'8" big man, and I'll tell you what, that was a John Stockton-esque pass on one bounce right to Bottomer, who finished. That was a beautiful boom, boom, boom play.
Thanks to the boys at AWP, the number 1 playmakers in the appliance business, located across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. Our dance trucking players of the game, we'll name one for each team. I think Carson Bottomer, no doubt, for the Dixie Flyers. And then Bryson Childs stepped up. When the 2 stars weren't scoring, Childs stepped up and filled a little bit of a void and kept his team in the game with 14 points.
Yeah, there's no question. 11 coming in the first half, but continuing to work hard, and Bryson Childs definitely deserving of that award tonight.
Our Jimmy John super sub of the game, I think no question about it. It's going to be Jace Bennett, who comes in off the bench, gets some great steals, some great rebounds, some backdoor passes to Bottomer. Jace Bennett, fantastic game.
Yeah, and really one of the things that is a storyline in this game is the bench. Snow Canyon's is not as deep right now as Dixie's. Dixie went to Akili Prince and Carter Abbott and Jace Bennett and Jacob Barbin, and they played a lot of guys. Sam Westfall saw a little bit of time tonight. And Snow Canyon had just a 2-man bench rotation, just 7 players, seeing playing time tonight. Obviously, that keeps you fresh. I thought Snow Canyon kind of defensively played as hard as they could all night long and then ran out a little bit of gas about the last 3 minutes as well. Had to start fouling, but just couldn't get a trap and a steal because they were just playing, hot potato out top, and they just ran out of gas and couldn't recover and use that speed to get there. Tough loss for the Warriors. Good win for the Flyers. I don't mind an old-fashioned defensive low-scoring affair every once in a while. Andy, you're going to be home before bedtime, bud.
Appreciate Ron's Boulevard Shell Station. They're our look-ahead sponsor, and we have a Thursday night Dixie State basketball. Yep. I think it's like an 8:30 tip as they're on the road against Dominican, a team they just beat at home a couple of weeks ago, so it'll be an important game for them.
5 straight wins for the men's team, and Azusa lost the other night, so they're now tied 8-2 atop the Pac West standings in first place.
A half a game ahead of Cal Baptist. Going to be a great finish to the Pac West Conference. Friday night we'll be back on the air. Dixie Desert Hills. We also have a Hurricane playing. I forget who Hurricane is playing that night, Devin, but we'll have that game on the air as well. And then Saturday, Dixie State once again as they finish that 4-game road trip in the Bay Area. So lots to look forward to here on ESPN Radio. Also, thanks to Holbrook Asphalt, our Big Score dessert sponsor. Didn't give it out in this game, but we did in our other game.
Yeah, Desert Hills scored 56 tonight. So if you're listening right now, go over there to Yogurtland, ask for it, check out your Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. Go right now if you're listening or you're at one of the games. Take advantage, get 5 ounces. Your first 5 ounces is absolutely free in Holbrook Asphalt, the leaders in HA5 and asphalt preservation. They'll pay for it.
And then we also appreciate Sports Clips for rewarding our MVP of the night. That'll do it from here as Dixie wins at 37-32. Final thought, Devin.
Yeah, Friday night, baby. I can't wait. I don't even know who's doing that game, but I hope I'm on it because I can't wait to see the undefeated teams go toe-to-toe. It's going to be electric. Student bodies are going to be packed. It's going to be one that's going to be a real big momentum swing. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. If you get a chance Friday night, go watch Dixie Desert Hills. If not, CEC TV, ESPN Radio, we've got it for you so you'll be able to settle in and watch it wherever you are.
All right, that'll do it from here. Again, congratulations, Dixie, 37-32 over Snow Canyon Flyers, 4-0 in region play. For Devin Dixon, I'm Andy Griffin, wishing you a good night from the hangar.